What's up, dudes? It's Nacho Trainer here with another great video to help you be a step ahead of the competition with great tips and tricks from a 2K League player. We have talked in the past about general concepts to get yourself combine ready. Now, we will begin the series breaking down each position and archetype. This will be an opinion piece of what I believe will be the best builds, so take what I say with a grain of salt. This isn't a definitive guide. I rank some builds higher or lower based on my previous experience, but that doesn't mean you can't use the builds I deemed worse and make the league. If you can ball, that is all that matters. The ranking system is quite simple, but I will break it down so as to not cause confusion. Red means the build has next to no redeemable qualities. There are things they are obviously good at, but there are builds that get close to it but do things better in other areas. They might be good builds for the 2K League or in Pro-Am, but the Combine is a different game mode and a different monster. You are in alone with random players, and you will have next to no coordination or chemistry, and these builds suffer in that environment. You have been warned. Yellow is where things get interesting. These builds are good, but are usually just outclassed by other ones available. They might struggle in a major category that you will need to make the pool. I would only recommend a yellow build if you feel you are elite at the archetype and have a lot of experience on it. Green is exactly how it sounds. In the Combine environment, they are some of the best builds at their position. They are usually great stat sheet stuffers and can do multiple things at a high level that scouts and managers look for. They are builds that you can comfortably take over with even if your team is lackluster. They require the least team setup and coordination and just set you up for the most success. These are the builds I would highly recommend for every player to use for the Combine. Now that we have explained the rating system, let's jump right in. The center position is where the boys and girls are separated from the men and women. This is where glory is won or lost. You are the defensive anchor and the second option on offense. You need to be the mind on defense and the most vocal leader on that side of the ball. This is the second hardest position to play, and the skill gap here couldn't be higher. Let's see what I can do to help make this a little bit easier for everyone watching this video. So the first build I'm going to talk about is kind of the meat and potatoes of the center builds. This build I can guarantee you will be in nearly every game you play, either on your team or on opposite side of the team. I'm of course talking about the pure glass cleaner. It's easily the best overall center build to play with the way this game plays. The lack of mashing and paint offense forces centers to do what they need to when thinking about the center position in real life. Be a monster on the glass. You'll have a hard time averaging less than 10 rebounds a game on this build. You'd really need to be not trying to rebound to average less than 10 rebounds. The challenge that will separate people on this build is the scoring. You will really need to know how to run the pick and roll and when to go up and kick out on rebounds for easy assists. This is the build you should run at center, no question, unless you are elite at something else such as rim protecting. The next build I'm going to talk about is the pure rim, and is quite an interesting one. It will more than likely have some nice dunk packages, and with paint defense already being great, this build pushes it to unfathomable levels. Nobody will be scoring in the paint with you around, but on the flip side, buckets for you will be few and far between. If you can get to 20 points per game, you are a god. This is the second best build to run in the Combine. If you feel you are a great defender, use this build. Otherwise, stick with the pure glass. So the next build I'm talking about is the rim protecting post scorer. And to be honest, it's trash. I'm not even going to try and defend it. It is a combo of the worst archetypes to run in the Combine. You won't get the ball in the post, you can't score, you can't rebound, and you'll get murdered in the paint. Please don't use this build. I'm just trying to look out for you guys. So this next build is a little interesting. The sharpshooting rebounder. I think this could be one of the sneakier builds to use in the Combine, only for the reason you will likely be playing against greedy centers. They want rebounds to boost their stats, so they all sag in from the perimeter, and that can give you the chance to hit 3 or 4 open threes before they just decide to sit on you. You will be sacrificing on the offensive glass for sure by sitting outside of the paint, but on defense you'll be just fine on the defensive glass. I would use this build just to abuse tendencies of players chasing stats, because points will be hard to come by, and even if you only hit 3 or 4 threes, that's 9 to 12 points in a position where 20 points may get you into the pool, and that is impressive for centers in this year's build. The last build is the slashing post scorer. I would only suggest this build to people who absolutely have to be under the rim. If you are a great masher, this is the best build at center to use, but mashing is terrible this year, so I can't recommend this build to anybody. It gets exposed on defense and on the glass, and I doubt the offense will make up for it. Use something more consistent in one way or another. That should wrap up the center builds. Like and subscribe for more great 2K content as I break down other builds and positions to help you up your 2K game.